Hello, welcome to McBoss Capital channel. My name is Michael Chu. In this video, we're going to talk about the growth stocks list that I follow for the week ending February 13, 2026. Here we can see for this week, each day, market is under pressure based on IVD signal. We got 2 distribution days during the week, and by the end of the week, we outpaced the number of stocks in distribution more than accumulation. There's still lots in accumulation, but there's more in distribution. On the group side, we are slightly more tilted toward more industry group being accumulated than distributed. On the sector side, we're seeing industrial and energy mostly are leading the charge here, while techs are selling off. Financial also sell off this week. So on the right here, there's 2 growth stocks lists that I'm still following. One is the one that has earnings reported. It's on the right side here. As you can see, by the end of the week, we started out strong, but by the end of the week, we only have 42% of stocks in uptrend, which is still not bad, but it's definitely lower than the 50% threshold. On this side, we have stocks that hasn't reported earnings yet that I'm still following, and that one also jumped back a little bit on Friday, and near 38% of those stocks are in uptrend right now. In this video, we mostly focus on stocks that are already reported just because they have less risk. But occasionally I will talk about the ones that haven't reported as well, especially if they're in the same group. So here's the growth stock spreadsheet here that I follow. From January 6th is the time frame up here to now February 13. This is the price performance, this column right here. We have the stock symbol right here, the ranking right here. We have the whether it's an uptrend or downtrend right now, and whether it has recently hit a new high on Friday here. We have the group and sector here as well. So at the top here, we have ranking number 1 in the semiconductor equipment group. This is ICHR, currently standing at 105% performance here. Here's ICHR Eco Holdings. A report this week can see that it's jumped quite a bit. This is a small cap. This is a weekly chart here, and look at the earnings growth here. It's growing really crazy here, up to 43 cents in the 4th quarter. So here's the breakout this week on Tuesday on really high volume. So far, it's been not pulling back too much. On Thursday, it pulled back, and then Friday, we were able to bounce back. We have a very steep 10-day moving average trend line there. Next, we have Form Factor. This one came out on earnings, bounced really strong. Since then, it has been able to just go sideways right here, and then from Friday, make another new high. Very strong momentum right now. Next, we have AEIS, Advanced Energy Industries here, bouncing on earnings as well, coming out from this nice consolidation. Also hasn't pulled back too much so far since the initial rise, and 10-day right now, the slope is very strong. Next here, we have Integris, ENTG, the symbol, also bouncing on strong earnings, coming out right there. It did pull back on Thursday, but look at where it closed in the middle range. And then Friday, it tested the lows once again, but it's a higher low, and it closed in the middle range. So we'll see if this will continue to bounce. That's the slope right now. It's a pretty strong slope, 45-degree angle. Next, we have Applied Material, also coming out from earnings this on Friday here, bouncing very strong. It did close near the bottom of the range. So we'll see how this continue to play out here. The slope is also very strong at this moment. This ASML hasn't really done too much since the earnings came out. It kind of just pulled back, and then it kind of came back a little bit, but hasn't bounced much since then. It's been holding tight near the 10-day right now, so we'll see what happens next. Next, we have LRCX, also very similar chart to ASML. It pulled back since the earnings, but then it has bounced back so far. Right now, it's just holding tight just above the 10-day as well. Next, similar group in semiconductor manufacturing, we have MTSI here, ranked number 14. This is Maycom Tech Solutions. We have this huge earnings move right here, a reversal, and then from there, we were able to continue to climb slowly. On Friday, it did make a new closing high, and the volume on the buy side has been much higher than on the downside. This is ASX, ASE Technology, came out earnings very strong, very If you blink, you miss it. Now it's starting to pull back a little bit, but overall the pullback is very orderly, it seems. So there might be a potential to get into this stock here. Let's see how it behaves. But so far, yeah, it looks really good. Waiting for the opportunity to get in. Next, we have Allegro Microsystems, symbol ALGM. This one has been very nice, smooth momentum here. Look at this 10-day slope. It's been obeying this line since quite a while ago, and it break out right here, traditional buy point. And so far, again, it just hasn't really pulled back to that 10-day. As you can see from my green marks, I have been adding positions along the way as well. Next, we have DIOD, also in the semiconductor manufacturing. This one jumped out of the gate on earnings, quite extended. From there, we're starting to pull back now to the 10-day, the green line right here. So we're getting close to it. We'll see how this, again, whether it will come all the way back down or whether we're going to start to bounce. That might provide a new entry point right there. This one's STM Electronics here. Nice, again, another stock that is obeying the 10-day very nicely. And it's pulling back a little bit, but again, look at how tight it's trading. Even on Friday, it didn't give up the low too much. So that is a healthy sign. So now we just need to see it follow through with a bounce here. Next here we have ON Semiconductor, also bouncing very nicely here. This is the earnings reaction right there. And then from there, we're able to continue to move upward. On Friday, we also found support on the low here and bouncing and closing at the top of the range. Next, we have Microchip Technology, MCHP. This one has been trading very tight, not progressing as much as the others, but nonetheless, it is holding near the 10-day right now. So it got, pulled back right here on the high. So let's see if this can bounce off, and maybe this next time it will continue to new highs. In this group, we also have TSM, which we cover in the mega cap in the main video. Please watch that as well. Also, next we have the similar group here, Semiconductor, Fabless. We have LSCC here, ranked number 69. This one bounced up from earnings, but it has reversed since from there. So right now the 10-day slope is still very strong, like above 45-degree angle. So we'll see whether we can find an entry point here if it can bounce from near the 10-day. Next we have Max Linear. We have this recent pullback. It has bounced out since bounced back. Here we're finding support near the 10-day right there. We tested the moving average here multiple times. And Friday we did slightly, close near recent high here. So we'll see how that goes next. Here's Holdings also bouncing on earnings. It did pull back after it crossed back above the red line, which is the 50 days moving average. On Friday, we were able to bounce and find support near that moving average, so that looks healthy. NXPI, almost similar chart here, also bounced back from earnings, did make a new recent high here, and then it pulled back. And then on Friday, we also found support near the lows here. At rank number 2 here, we have SanDisk, SNDK, data storage group. So this stock has ran up significantly. Even after the recent earnings, it ran up, quite a bit here. And then we finally pulled back. And from that pullback, we have bounced back so far. Although we did drop on Friday morning to test the low here at the 10-day moving average. Looking at the intraday chart, we see that it tested very early in the morning, and then right away we found support. And from there, but we did come back down the second half of the day as well. So it's definitely not a full bounce here. So we'll have to see what happened next. WDC also have a strong uptrend, but the last 2 weeks has been very volatile. You can see the choppiness happening here. Trading this stock hasn't been fun for sure. It just hasn't made too much headway. Next we have Seagate Technology STX. Also very similar action here, just very, very choppy. It seems like it's also stuck not making, to the new high decisively anymore. It came back down very easily. So it's just a constant battle here in this range. Silicon Motion, this one looks slightly better. We came out recently here on earnings as well, and then we have been bouncing since on the 10-day. It seems to obey the 10-day line pretty good, finding support at that that level. So we'll see after Thursday, Friday it did find support at the lows again, closing at the top of the range, but it's still down for the day. So we'll see what's next. We have MU here, Micron, also kind of pulling back recently. We bounced back, but then Friday we get knocked back down to the 10-day before it closed near the top of the range. Again, this one also getting a little bit choppy action here. Let's see what happened next. Next, we have rank number 3 here, LITE and also VIAV, both of them in the fiber optics group here. LITE recently, Lumentum came up really strong after earnings. Right now on Friday, it did pull back. It didn't close at the bottom of the range, but you can see Friday we had this huge drop in the morning, but at the end of the day, it did give back a lot of it. So that is the negative. So it's still above the 10-day. Let's see what happened next here. Here we have VIAV also bouncing really strong since earnings. And then right now it is pulling back slightly towards the 10-day. On Friday it did find support at the morning lows. So there we are. So that looks still good. Let's see if it can fall through and bounce from there. In the same group we have CIEN, CIEN. Here we start to move up, and then we did pull back on Friday as well, but it did close super strong at the top of the range, and you can see this incredible bounce here from this morning, like very quickly it bounced back, and from there it just continued to the momentum, and yeah, this looks really good. Next, we have rank 29 UI in the telecom infrastructure group, Ubiquity. This one has been building a long base here, and then recently after earnings, it came out very strong. From there, we pull back. Look at how tight this pullback looks like, and then Friday we bounce out and in the intraday high here. And you can see the morning chart here, and then we did pull back, but overall we're able to close near the half range, so that looks pretty good. Next, we have CHTR, also in the telecom service integrator area. This one has been also moving nicely, recently pulled back here. Look at how tight that trading is, and then on Friday we're able to find support. And on Friday here, intraday chart also shows that it can hold the lows here compared to Thursday. Next, we have AT&T symbol T here. This one has been bouncing very strong since the earnings. Look at this slope here. This is a very strong slope. Look at this tightness right here as it trade near the 10-day. And then on Friday, we're able to find support at the low again and close at the top. Next, we have DICOM. DY is a symbol. This one hasn't report in a couple of weeks here. Also bounced really strong from the pullback recently. And Friday, it also found support at the 10-day moving average right here. Overall, I think technology looks actually surprisingly very good on my list. We have lots of representation from those groups we just mentioned, sitting at the top 100 here. And as we go down, we do see lots of technology stocks still being distributed in a downtrend right now. So especially software enterprise and so forth. Next group we have here is CPS in the auto truck original equipment. This is Cooper Standard Holdings here, breaking out on very strong volume and also a big move here on earnings. Look at this huge base. It's definitely extended right now. Let's wait to see what happens next. Whether it usually does pull back to the 10-day, or at least somewhat close to it. Let's see what happens. We have Leah Corp here, LEA symbol, also bouncing strong on earnings. From there, we then pull back here recently, trading pretty tight. And Friday we found support. We bounced back a little bit. Next we have GNTX here. This one also reported recently. It went up and then it pulled back after that to the moving average, and then from there we bounced back again. Trading very tight, so we'll see if it can come out near the $25 number here. We have Ford Model in the auto manufacturer. This one also trying to break out from this trend line. It has found support Thursday and Friday at the lows here near the 10-day moving average, so that is positive. And Friday we did close in the middle range, so we're getting close to the traditional buy point. Next, rank number 18, we have SNCY in the transportation airline here. And we also see ALGT here. This is Sun Country Airlines. This has bounced really strong on earnings, but has since pulled back. Again, sometimes when they get too extended, it usually pull back to the 10-day. Friday, we found support, so that's a very good sign. This is a very similar chart. ALGT came out also on earnings and then pulled back to the 10-day, and then Friday it also found support. Next at rank 26, we have USFD in the wholesale food business. This is US Food Holdings. Look at how strong it came out on earnings here. On Friday, was able to find support at the lows here as well. This is Unilever in the food package business. This one also came out on earnings right here, following the trend line, the 10-day slope. This is a very strong move right now. This is Archer Daniel Midland ADM symbol in the food grain business. This one recently pulled back after this earnings result, but since then it has slowly bounced back. Here Friday, it also found support at the low there. This is Chef's Warehouse CHTR food in the food preparation business. This one's building a long base here. On the earnings, it reversed pretty strong to close at the top range, and then it bounced forward to the next day. Friday was able to trade really tight and again continue to find support. So we are looking for this breakout zone near the 70 level. Hello, next we have rank 37 here. We have Bud in the beverage alcohol and PM in the tobacco. Here's Anheuser-Busch here, BUD. Look at this nice uptrend here. Very smooth. It hasn't really touched the 10-day much. And Friday, it looks like it found some support after a gap up on earnings. Volume has been increasing significantly. We also have Philip Morris and the tobacco business here. It has been climbing the 10-day very nicely, finding support multiple times. On Thursday, it make a new recent high, and then Friday, it did pull back a little bit, but on much lower volume. Next, we have 88 ranking, PetSmart, PSMT. This one has been moving in a nice uptrend since the earnings result a while ago. And right now, recently also pulled back right here below 10-day, but it reversed and closed very strong. On Friday, it was able to also find support at just above the 10-day moving average as well. Next, we have Shot Ninja here. Shot Ninja also bounced on earnings here. And then since then, it able to follow through and make new high. So this is also promising. Next, rank 82, we have Yum China. This is Yum China Holdings breaking out on earnings right here. And then from there, it was able to climb much higher before falling back. And then from this pullback, we bounced back on Friday, finding support at the 10-day moving average. This is Yum Brands basically in the US, and also this one able to bounce on earnings, pull back, and then kind of came back up. However, Friday it did reverse to the low of the day. Next, rank number 4. This is Modine, MOD, in the building heating products area or the industrial area. Modine manufacturing climbed really strong recently. Even after the earnings, it was able to move. From there, it make a new high recently and pull back. And this pullback seems pretty normal because it's still above the green line here. And then on Friday, we also found support at the low here. So that looks promising. It can continue perhaps to make newer high later. Next, we have IESE in the building maintenance service. This one also report earnings recently. It did come down pretty hard, but from there we have been able to bounce at a very fast pace as well, making new recent high. And on Friday, we also found support near the 10-day. Next, we have CSW Industrials, also at the building AC heating products, climbing right here after coming down from earnings report, but it recovered very quickly, and it came all the way back to the previous high before reversing once again. But right now, we will see if we can find support here at this red line, which is the 50-day moving average. Next, we have MLM. This is building in the cement concrete area. This one also reported earnings. It's been able to bounce back so far after the earnings report and back above 10 days. So we'll see if this can follow through. Next, we have rank number 5, GLW in the electrical miscellaneous products. This is Corning. It recently bounced from earnings, and look at this 10-day support, very strong. And Friday, it was able to find support near it and bounce very fast to near the new recent high here. So that looks really good. Volume also has been on the upside as well. Next, we have Zebra in the same group. This one bounced on earnings. However, it did fall back to the lower range, and then on Friday it did also pull back more. Right now, the 10-day slope looks like this, so we'll see how it performs as it comes near this line. Next, we have rank 11 VRT and also RX, both in the electrical power equipment group. Here's VRT bouncing really strong this week on earnings results. From there, it did climb a lot, but it then pulled back. On Friday, we did find support near the low here, so we'll see if we can bounce. The 10-day slope is definitely very strong right now. In this group, we also have RX here. This one also bouncing very strong recently. It did pull back on Thursday. Again, same thing, finding support on Friday near the 10-day slope, which is also very strong here. Next, we also have HUBB Hubble. This one has been climbing slower, but it's also on a nice uptrend. We did pull back on Thursday, and then Friday we also bounced back from the 10-day here. Also in the electronic parts area, we have AVT here, ranked 25. This is FNet here, bouncing very strong on earnings. From there, we pulled back recently, and look at it is finding support at the lows here so far. We'll see if it does, follow through next day. Then we have Alphas here. Alphas also moving really nice since earnings, and look at this, hasn't really come down to 10-day moving average, a very nice support. Here's WCC, Westco International. This also pulled back recently on the earnings here, but has since bounced back. So far, it looks okay, finding support near the short-term moving average. Next, we have TEL, TE Connectivity. This one is bouncing out really nice. Perhaps it might still need a little bit more movement to come up the trend line here. But on Friday, at least we have this support level at the low here and bouncing to new recent high with a nice slope. Next, we have Fabrinet. This is an electrical contract manufacturer. This one has been stuck in this big base here that's been building up. Recently, we bounced back from the earnings, and then from there, we pulled back to the short-term moving average. And then on Friday, we were able to bounce off that, so hopefully we will see support there. Thank you. Next, we have a few transportation stocks here, XPO, CSX, and WAB. XPO also found support jump after the earnings report, and from there we were able to make a higher high. And then recently we pulled back this week. On Thursday was a sharp down day on higher volume, but we did find support at the 10-day green line here. Once again, it's bouncing from there. We'll see if we can follow through here. Here's transportation rail CSX. From the moment it report earnings almost a month ago, it bounced since then. This is a very sharp uptrend. Now it recently extended and pulled back here on Thursday, and Friday it came down to the 10-day. It did bounce off that, so that looks really good. Again, we want to see a follow through here. Here's WebTech in the equipment manufacturing for transportation. This one has been moving really nice here. We do have pullbacks along the way, but most of the pullbacks seems to be support near the 10-day. And recently it got really extended after reporting earnings, and from there again we're finding support on the Friday morning lows. So again, we're looking for another follow through here. So next we have rank 24 KMT here in the machinery tools area. This one's moving up very nicely. It found support here, and then it bounced on the earnings. From there we make new high. We did pull back this week. Again, many stocks did pull back this week, especially in the industrial area, but this one found support on Friday, so we want to see the follow through the next day. Next, we have Lincoln Electric LECO, also in the machinery tools area. This one had a very volatile day on Thursday after the earnings. It did recover most of it. However, Friday we did give back some of this, but it's still very near the top, right? So it looks pretty good. 10-day slope is very strong as well. Next, we have MSM here, bouncing here, trying to break out. It did fell back on Thursday to the short-term moving average before bouncing back on Friday. Again, we need to see the follow through this coming next day or so. Next, in the machinery general industrial group, we have ESE, ESCO Technologies. This one has been moving very nicely since the earnings, and from this we make new high here. Thursday we did pull back hard from the high here. Friday we also continue to fall down. But we're still way above the 10-day, and as it comes closer to it, we want to see that bounce and follow through the next day. Here's Flowserve. Flowserve is trending very nicely after the earnings. Here's the 10-day slope here at the bottom, and it's been riding above it nicely with some gap room and making new high on Friday. Next, we have Train Technologies. This is in the building heating products area. This one also trending nicely on the 10-day. It breaking out of a double bottom base. This is a big consolidation. So it did reverse back on Thursday before finding support on Friday. We want to see that it can follow through here on this bounce. Next, we have Dover in the general machinery. Here again, we bounce on Friday. This is a really nice bounce. It closed on the positive as well. So hopefully this will resume the trend here. This is Parker Hannifin, symbol PH. This one is also trending nicely. This is a high price stock near $1,000. It's trending above the 10-day very nicely, finding support on Friday. We also see that bounce here. Next, we have Aerospace Defense Group. We have AIR at rank 39, MOGA, and CRS here. This is AAR Corp. AIR is the symbol, recently digesting around the 10-day, and then it start to move again. Right now it went sideways once again. Earnings still quite a while to get away, so we'll see how that goes. Here's another one, MOGA here, also consolidating. So it looks like a lot of this aerospace defense stock are just kind of moving sideways, not really coming down after this nice big move. So that is pretty healthy, and it's just holding nicely there. Next we have CRS here. This one also break out nicely. Not too far after the earnings came out. Was very little bit volatile down here, but it has recovered since. And from here, it's starting to ride the 10-day. Never touches it. So again, looks very good. Have a new closing high on Friday. This is ATI, also moving very strong along the 10-day, just above it, trending nicely. Here's a Howmet Aerospace HWM. This one also gap up on earnings here. This is definitely moving really fast, and it's a little bit extended. We'll see what happens next. This is Curtiss-Wright. This one also reported this week. It was able to bounce, and from there we are finding support at the 10-day. Let's see if this can move. Next we have Axel, symbol HXL. This one is also starting to move. Earnings came out and it was able to make new high on that day, and Friday we were able to find support after it came back from Thursday. So industrial group sector is a pretty big group of stocks here, and we're seeing lots of areas doing well, lots of stocks in uptrend. So definitely worth the time to look into this. As Dow Jones Industrial also is somewhat near the high as well. So this is definitely all related. Next, we have the health group. Not too many stocks on this list yet. We have DVA, PHC, ENSG. Those are in the home patient care, long-term care. Then we have MVST, Hinge, RPRX, MCK, Core, and CAT. Those are in the drug supplies. Here's DVA, DaVita. This is outpatient home care. Very strong move since the earnings came out right here. It did pull back slightly right here, not that bad. It didn't even touch the 10-day. And then we're starting to move really strong once again. And we are near new high. Next, we have Hebrew Animal Health PHC. This one gap out on earnings, breaking out very nicely. Look at the move after that, follow through. And then it consolidates sideways. Look at the tightness here. That is incredible. We then find support on Friday as well. So we'll see if this can continue its uptrend and follow through here. Next, we have ENSG in the long-term care. This one also came out from earnings on the base here. Very strong move. Since then, it hasn't really pulled back much. On Friday, it just lost a little bit here. We are still quite extended, but again, this stock has shown quite a bit of resilience so far. This is Envista Holding in the system equipment area. This one also bounced on earnings, pulled back on Thursday. Again, we're finding support on Friday. This is Hinge Health. This is a IPO in the last year. It has gone through a pretty big correction in the last few months. Right now, it report earnings and came pretty strong on that report. And from there, we were able to continue to move above the short-term moving averages right there. And right now, we're trying to find support. This one is Royalty Pharma. It also trending on nicely on the 10-day. It did have this one big pullback on the earnings day, but it did rebound very strongly and close positive. And from there, we are able to make new high on Friday. Here we have the drug supply group here, MCK, McKesson. This one bounced out on earnings but have since pulled back, but we are finding support on Friday. We'll have to see if we can follow through here. Next we have Cencora, also in the same drug supply group. This one also fall on Thursday before rebounding on Friday. This is a nice base right now. We just have to clear this higher level right there and come out of this. This is Cardinal Health, also have very similar chart. We try to bounce out on this earnings report, and then from there we pull back pretty strong. On Thursday we also have another rough day here. Friday we did bounce back to the 10-day. So again, we need to see that follow through here. Next we have ABBV. This is in the ethical drugs. This one looks like it's trending breaking out on Friday, so that looks pretty good. The uptrend momentum is pretty strong on the lower channel line here, so this all looks good. We have also volume coming to support on the buy side as well. So next we're going to look at the commodities and energy sector. There's not too many stocks. Again, we saw a lot of gold stocks, silver stocks. Those got hit hard. So here's what's still standing in the uptrend. DAR here making new high. We have AGCO, CAT, GEV, and we have AEM and AR here. So this is Darling Ingredients. This one has been moving up really strong. Look at this, riding the 10-day. Didn't even touch the 10-day most of the time here. And then we had a huge move here after the earnings, extended to new high here. Obviously a little bit extended at this moment, but we'll see where it finds support level. Next we have AGCO in the machinery farm. This one also bouncing really strong after the earnings. From here we continue up the 10-day moving average, and look at this Friday. We found a support level and then closed really strong. That is quite amazing. Next we have GE Vernova in the energy alternative. From here we see that after the earnings came out, we've been rising. We did have a pullback here, and right now we are having somewhat of a pullback here as well, so we'll see where it finds support. Here's Caterpillar. This one also has been moving nicely since the earnings. We did have one pullback here, but Friday again we're finding support at the low there and closing pretty nice here. The gold price has been kind of consolidating, moving sideways, and here's AEM. It fall on Thursday after the earnings, and Friday was able to bounce back. So it's still stuck in this, kind of neutral zone here. It's slightly above the 10-day, so we'll see if this can break out of this trend here. This is AR and Terra Resource, also moving sideways, not doing too much. It's just reported. And again, it's just in neutral zone here, stuck in this area. So we'll see if we can break out there. Finally, we have the financial sector. The financials, as we mentioned in the earlier of the video, it is giving back quite a bit. A lot of them are in downtrend right now. You see that even in the top here, there's lots of downtrend in the financials. A lot of them have pulled back, quite hard. So there's not too many remaining here. And we'll go through some of these ones that are still in uptrend mode here, including TW making new high. So here's MBIN. This one is really strong. Look at that 10-day slope. It's like at 65, 70, almost degree angle here. Came close to the 10-day here as it goes sideways after a nice run. And then it bounced out again and making another big move. And right now, again, it found support on Friday morning low. This is just an amazing stock. Then we have Amalgamated Financial. This one also rising the 10-day, pulling back to the 10-day right here after hitting a new high. On Friday, again, it found support here. Looks very good, and close at the top here. Here we have a property REIT here, Equinix, EQIX, the symbol. Coming out here really strong, a big gap up. And from here, on Friday, we're able to find support at the low as well. So this might be worth paying attention as it coming close to this long consolidation and possibly breaking out. Next, we have Mitsubishi Financial here. This is also bouncing very nicely after the earnings report. Looks like it's continue to make new closing high here. This is MBB Bancorp. This one breakout recently, however, it quickly pulled back. But we are finding support on Thursday and Friday we were able to close very strong as well. Next, we have trade web markets, symbol TW. This one bounced really strong on earnings. Friday, we did pull back a little bit, so we'll see what happens next on the 10-day moving average here as it come close near it. Here we have Corpay, CPay bouncing very strong on earnings once again. From there, we did pull back very strong on Thursday. Friday, we recovered and climbed back above the 10-day. So very choppy action so far. We'll see where it's headed next. This is BBT, Beacon Financial. This one also been rising very nice since the earnings report here. From there, recently we just pulled back pretty hard this week. So far, it's been able to find support, and Friday we're able to close up as well. So here's the whole list here. Again, we see lots of technology stocks surprisingly at the top still. Since January 6th, there's still, there's some of the areas that are still dominating, which we went through. And then we have industrial showing up, the light green color here. And then we have some other areas as well. But those are the two biggest, I think, area that are kind of dominating right now. Feel free to go through here, the top 100 stocks. And it looks very healthy, I would say, when you look at the top 100 stocks. Not too many are in downtrend here. And even as we pass 100, we're starting to see more downtrends here. But overall, it's still a pretty healthy market. And I think, let's see. I mean, there's still a lot of downtrend in the bottom, right? Obviously, as we mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video, we do have 42% on that list that are in uptrend. So, we're getting close to the 50% mark. We like to stay around there if that's possible. But there's still opportunities, and then see how whether the S&P, general market will continue to grow in terms of breadth, in terms of the number of stocks in the S&P 500. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe to this video, to the channel. Thank you.